right, guys, it's another exciting episode of your number one urban breakfast show, The Core, right here on DelarueTV. My name is Fay, and we were two hosts. My name is Fay, and I got...
No, I don't need no introduction. Everybody knows me already. My name is, you know the rest.
How did I throw sense in here?
No way.
Guys, we have Dakel and Fay. We are your two hosts on The Core, your number one urban breakfast show. And for those just tuning in, guys, we talk about tropical issues that affect you and I in our everyday lives. You know,
everything.
Whatever it is, whatever affects humans, whatever affects you as a family, affects you as a unit, affects you, your office, wherever you are, we talk about it on The Core.
Yeah,
and definitely
not forgetting the fact that we also bring to you guys very, very important, intelligent guests that always come to grace this.
No, I was actually going to give you that spot. You just said,
well,
you already did. But it's all right, guys. Yeah, as you said, we have knowledgeable guests who will definitely give us, more information about what we're talking about. And we have other segments actually lined up for you to give you an overall exciting and just something you just always want to look forward to.
What you did your hand when you
did Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So Dakel will just give us a brief of the segments we have.
All right, let me just do a quick one. All right, guys, this is what we do on The Core in case you're just joining us. The first segment, we have the paper talk. We also have the magnet game show. We have the now and then segment. We have the cookie jar segment. We have a whole lot of segments actually. Packed for you guys, and you definitely never want to miss this one, because when we bring it hard.
That's my word, though.
Well, I
stole
it today. So
moving on, guys, these are the many segments we have infused into whatever we're going to be talking about on The Core. Whatever it is, I said it's tropical issues. We have many segments that are just going to leave you wow, especially the magnet game show and the cookie jar. Trust me, you guys would never want to miss that.
You never see what we got coming. We never see
all the twists and trills right here on The Core. You would never see it coming. I would never make you expect it. Yes.
I was going to talk about what you're wearing. The choker. Is it what's it called? I don't know. What is this?
It's just the neck piece.
The neck piece. Yes. It looks like a really good neck piece.
It looks, or it is.
I mean, it is a really good neck piece. It looks really good.
I look nice, too. It's been a while.
If you weren't going to compliment me first, I just had to do it. You know what I'm saying?
But you look nice. No, but to be honest, you look nice.
Oh, okay.
Really?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. So, guys, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we're right here on The Call with you. And today, I think she does dish out the topic already.
Dish out the topic?
Yeah.
You guys want to know what the topic is?
They definitely want to know. Guys, we're talking about education versus hand skill. Education, do you always want to get educated and then you don't want to even practice any sort of skill you think you have? Or do you want to merge both? Or just want to
today, man,
ditch one
I got
and
a whole lot to say.
Me too.
You got a whole lot to say.
A whole lot to say.
All right.
That's it. All right, guys. So that's what we're talking about today on today's episode of The Core. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. And when we come back, we'll be taking a look at the headlines.
No,
not about you. We're going to go into the paper talk segment, guys. Stay tuned. It's still The Core, your number one urban breakfast show.
At number 5, my top 5 swallow meal is I just pick Semovita.
How did you pick? But you say you don't like swallows, but you still picked it because you will eat it till they give it to you. Guys, my top 5 for the first time in agreement is Semovita.
For swallow meal, I'll just take wheat. I like wheat.
And my top 4 people is wheat too.
Number 1, top 5 swallow meals in Nigeria.
Amala. I knew I was going to hit it.
Fairly Amala.
Hi guys, you're welcome to Say 5 on DelarueTV. My name is Fola.
And I am D to the A to the K to the E to the
to the L.
The Core.
You are back. You're still tuned into The Core, your number one urban breakfast show. And right now we're moving on to the paper talk segment. For those who were hurried to get to the offices this morning,
we're far too kind like that. That's what we do, man.
You know, in the morning, I always say for those who are unable to get papers, but I totally understand that there may have been some. So moving on, guys. So Dakel, we'll take a look.
We have attacking those that don't read papers in the morning.
I don't attack. I just state it.
All right.
So we're taking a look at Punch
from the Punch newspaper. I have a pretty interesting headlines here that I'll just read out to everybody. Xenophobia, Gbajabiamila, please don't crucify me, if I don't get this right. Gbajabiamila heads rep team to South African Parliament. PDP governors meet Jonathan, seek political solutions to crisis. House of Reps members clash over Buhari's health status. Ado Doguwa, our beloved president, is sick abroad. Bajabi Abila says, no, he's on medical vacation. NAFDAC busts forgery syndicates links to India and Mexicans. In 2019, I will not contest against Buhari, says Tinubu. And what else? I think the last one is petroleum products importation a fraud. That is said by Kachiku. Okay, let's just go to.
No, I'm actually going to take a look at the Sun newspaper. I know for all you sport lovers anticipating, so yeah, we'll just move straight to the Daily Sun. On the front page, we have release Kanu now. Pan Igbo group tells federal government, and South Africa deports 97 Nigerians, sending to dispatch delegation to protest xenophobic attacks.
Okay.
And PDP governors opt for political solution to party's crisis.
Okay.
Presidency NBF differ on GDP growth.
Okay.
We're coming out of recession, says FG. Growth rate shrinks agency. And 2019, I'm not running for presidency, says Tinubu. And yes, we have one pretty interesting one that I saw yesterday. JAM bans awaiting result candidates after examinations.
The ban awaiting results.
Yes, you know the normal thing that happens is if you're waiting, you have a waiting result, you can still write. But right now, if your results are not complete, you cannot write JAM.
Well, what can we say about that?
I think it's a good one.
I don't know. I really don't want to think about it. All right, let's just go to sports right now. I'm just going to read other headlines making rounds in the world of sport. Neymar, Messi face ban from entering Britain. Wenger would coach Real Madrid. And Manchester City versus Huddersfield, Vincent Kompany sidelined. All right. And also, let me see some other news that are pretty important. That is basically what I can see here on
the sport.
On sports. You know, there's nothing really fascinating. So let's just leave it at that, okay?
All right, guys. So right now we move to the entertainment news. One thing that I know is trending at the moment definitely will be... my tab is messing up, guys, so we'll just give me a few minutes.
What is going on with the tab? All ye tab witches and...
Okay, so what I was going to say what's trending at the moment is Nicki Minaj and Remy. The diss. Nicki Minaj.
I thought you said Nicki Minaj. I was like, what? Don't say that.
And Remy, so we heard about the diss track she released. Okay. So right now, Nicki Minaj's ex Safari says Remy Ma's diss track is the most disrespectful thing he has ever heard. So...
What's this? I mean, is even I don't know. Is it really relevant? Safari dude.
And then
I don't know.
Really? And then Sharp Guy, winner of GT Bank Posh 911 giveaway, opt for cash equivalent. Okay. He's actually very sharp.
He dropped the car.
Yeah, and opted for the money.
That's it, man.
And I believe people are even doing worse. Coco Eyes on exposing her body in the BB Niger house.
Okay.
Yes, and also Dapper, John Legend talks raising his daughter in Trump's era on the cover of Fold magazine. And that's what we have on entertainment. Okay. Right now, BB Niger is also trending.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if anyone did something as bad or as immoral as what Coco Ice did. I'll call it immoral though.
Immoral? Is that the word for it?
I mean, if you're looking at Nigeria right now, the African society, we're all about morals, all about, conservation and all that.
We are hypocritical. That's the word. That's also we are, because these things that we talk about, we get to watch them on international foreign TV. I'm like, even wake
that's
up
international,
in the
but we do not want to practice.
Why don't we want to practice? Why are we watching
the point is that Western tradition has found its way into what we're doing at the moment. So, yes, we are gradually losing our.
We are hypocritical. You are hypocritical. I am hypocritical.
We're gradually losing out on our own cultural values and infusing that of a Western tradition. But I know every single person is doing stuff that are quite immoral to stay back in the house. But anyways, that's what we're going to bant about. We'll go on another break, and guys, when we return, we're actually going to know a bit about our guest. And when our guest returns, we'll bant a bit about headlines in our newspapers. Don't go nowhere. It's still the core, your number one urban breakfast show.
At number 5, my top 5 swallow meal is I just pick Semovita.
How did you pick? But you say you don't like swallows, but you still picked it because you will eat it till they give it to you. Guys, my top 5 for the first time in agreement is Semovita.
For swallow meal, I just take wheat. I like wheat.
On my top 4 people is wheat too.
number one top 5 swallow meals in Nigeria.
Amala. I knew it was gonna hit.
Fairly amala.
Hi guys, you're welcome to Say
Say
5
5.
on DelarueTV. My name is Fola.
And I am D to the A to the K to the E to the
To the L. Dr. Mrs. Stella Awoh holds a PhD in printmaking and a postgraduate diploma in education from Lagos State University and a master's in printmaking from Uniben. She started her teaching career at the age of 24 in an Indian language school in Ilupeju, Lagos. She's a senior lecturer in Yaba College of Technology, Lagos. She's an author of 4 books. She's had several solo and group exhibitions, both locally and internationally. She's a member of the following associations: Nigeria Association of Artists, Association of Textile Technologists of Nigeria, National Vice President of Nigerian Association of Female Artists, Vice President of Women in Technical Education, Yaba Tech Chapter, Fashion Designers Association of Nigeria. She's also the project coordinator of Rose of Sharon Foundation and former Vice Chairman, SNA Lagos State Chapter. Dr. Mrs. Stella Awoh is also a caterer and an event planner. Alright guys, you're still tuned into the core, your number 1 urban breakfast show with Fay and Dakel. Alright guys, so definitely you know about our guest today. She just got a doctorate degree. I can't even say Mrs. In such situation, you just have to put that Dr. Mrs. Stella Awoh. Yes, so we have to get that respect in Nigeria. If you can call them a doctor, they will whip you.
Right now, we're just gonna do
Wherever.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
And I love your hair.
Yes.
Thank
The
you.
outfit is, really, really, really beautiful.
I'm a designer.
You're looking lost.
I missed everything. She's a designer.
Yeah, she's like a jack of all trades. Oh my wow.
Oh yeah.
That is beautiful.
Jack of all
And
trades.
master
Yeah.
of all.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yes.
So, ma'am, before you came on set, we're taking a look at the headlines in the newspaper, and a couple of days back, say on Monday, we saw Tinubu said he was going to contest for the 2019 presidency, and then we saw another headline today. Tinubu is the same person saying he isn't going to contest against Buhari.
So what exactly
Now, what's
is
your
he trying
take
to
on
say?
that? Do you believe Tinubu is a near perfect president for Nigeria? Do you think he should contest?
I rather not talk about politics.
Okay.
All I will say is that let the will of God
Be
be
done.
done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone, it's a free nation. Anyone is free to contest. Be it Tinubu, Buhari.
But
All we need-
whatever votes we cast actually
Affect us one way or the
end of
other.
day.
Okay, so if you were supposed
The
to vote,
voice.
let me say there's Tinubu and then there's Buhari, different parties. Who would you vote for?
I think I'll go for Buhari.
Why? Any reasons why?
That's very
Let us not
dicey
talk
one.
politics. I will go for Buhari because he's passionate about this nation. I have nothing against Tinubu as a person, but I think he should take a break. And I want to end it there.
Take a break.
Yeah.
Tell him to chill.
Yeah.
You should calm down.
Buhari is passionate about this nation.
Yeah.
He's not after acquiring money
and
or
all that.
anything. He has told us that
So
he
what do you-
does not
so-
have
so-
a special
yeah.
friend.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
So far with the passion and everything, what do you think? I mean, how far has this passion pushed us, driven us, to where we are right now?
Are we moving towards that green land?
He's doing well.
Okay.
Just that Nigerians are not patient enough.
Mm.
A lot had happened over 20 years.
Of course. that's
And you
very
don't expect him to fix it within even 2 years.
Mm.
So all we need in this nation is to pray for him
true. Pray.
and exercise
Nigerians.
patience. You don't
All
rush
right.
into anything. Nigerians are too much in a hurry.
Okay. Our blood is hot naturally. So
We're
Yeah.
all praising design. You know, I said I don't want to go into politics
Yeah.
because I have so much I'm not
to
happy with.
say,
Them. Yes. We were all praising
Praising her.
Dezani.
Okay.
I got to the airport. I was praising Stella Awoh,
Mhm.
but we never knew what they were doing.
Hitting bags.
So
Great.
let's
So we
leave
just
politics
leave
out
that
of
by
it.
the
Yes.
side. Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
So today on the call, we're talking education versus hand skill. As I said, you're a jack of all trades and master of all, as you said.
Yep.
You're an event decorator. You're also a fashion designer, and she just got a doctorate degree. There's education, and she's also doing all that. Yeah. Wait a minute, we have to do that again.
It's not smart,
So let me just start with this question. I know education is, the society expects everyone to be educated, especially in Nigeria. Now, how affordable is education?
It depends on individual. If you want good education in Nigeria, it's not cheap. Does not come cheap.
Definitely doesn't come cheap.
Because most of our lecturers in government schools are compromising.
Yeah.
They are not dedicated. Their salaries are poor.
Yeah.
I, for one, I sent my children to private universities. I have 3 daughters. The last one is in Babcock.
Okay.
It's not cheap. So education is not cheap.
not
It's
cheap in
supposed to be
Nigeria.
cheap. Everywhere in the country, education is cheap.
They
Because
also
we
talk
all
about
need
free
to-
education.
We all
Everywhere.
need, yes, we all need to acquire it. You go to India, the lecturers, teachers are well paid.
Okay.
But in Nigeria, I don't see any lecturer that takes on
Even
1
in a
million.
country like India.
Yes, in a
the
country
lecturers
like
are
India,
well paid.
teachers.
India is worse. We had a guest last week, and we also noticed that most Nigerians go for surgeries in the same India, and then we're hearing that people there are actually paid more than.
Yeah, I started my
Our
teaching
fellow-
career in Indian language school in Lupeju.
Do you speak the language?
No.
No, right?
All right, so let me just, ma'am, education versus handwork. That's the topic. Which would you qualify or classify as more relevant than the other?
They are both relevant. Let's look at the definitions of both.
Okay.
Education is acquiring of skill,
In a particular
knowledge,
field, if you ask
knowledge. I'll come to that.
Okay.
Education is educating people, acquiring knowledge, skills,
Okay.
talent. When you say skills, some are born with those skills.
definitely.
Innate
But yes, innate, but they still have to go to some sort of schools
to develop.
to develop.
Okay.
Okay.
Some personally, I didn't have to go to any school. I call myself I'm lucky to be Proverbs 31 woman. Even as
Preach
much,
it.
yes, yeah, a woman that is jack of all trade, master
of all.
Yes. Well, I had to acquire education because in Nigeria, if you say you are skilled, for instance, you are a hairdresser, you must go to a school to acquire
Hairdressing school.
extras. Yeah, a barber, you have to. Otherwise, you know the Nigerian factor education.
That's the thing.
But the point-
Nigerian
okay.
factor.
Yes.
doesn't-
Education.
Paper qualification.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
mentioned something also. You said education is not cheap.
Yes.
It's quite expensive.
Yeah.
Now, for someone who cannot afford to go to a standard school, because to be honest, I don't know how the level of schooling or imparting knowledge to students is like in public schools. So I wouldn't really delve much into that. But for somebody who can afford the standard education, wouldn't that person have to
exactly the
resort
things these people
to
have to
hand
do.
skill? And when I'm talking hand skill, I'm talking about roadside mechanics and the likes.
Even the road, I'm an advocate of education.
Okay.
Fashola has done well for Lagosians.
Definitely.
The government schools in Lagos, they are very cheap. And they have monitoring teams. And in those schools, like we have one at Yaba, the technical school,
Yeah.
you have different types of skills which they can acquire. You mentioned the
Technical schools.
vulcanizer, yes,
Yeah, the roadside
carpentry. Nothing stops the rich Nigerians, billionaires, picking those people on the street.
Okay.
Take them to a school like the technical school, Yaba, to acquire
You would
more
hardly see-
skill.
would hardly see those kind of
That
things
is why
happen.
we have accidents on our road.
Okay.
Definitely.
Because they are not skilled. You have skilled laborers and you have the unskilled laborers.
Laborers.
That's true. That's
So
true.
the vulcanizers you have out there, they are not skilled. Sometimes they say, oh, we are trying.
Let's
we are
try
using,
this. Let's do
yes,
this.
Yeah, in
this.
terms of pumping tires itself, they don't
Yes.
even know
At the end of
the.
the day, I'm not even going to go to the secondary schools or anything right now. Let's go to the higher institution. You spend 4 years, 5 years, 6 years of your life in school, and at the end of the day, you come out maybe with the first class, maybe you know the 2-1 or whatever, and yet to get jobs are still like zero hopes. Most of the time, or we have a whole lot of graduates out there.
Growing population
right now
every day.
That you know, yes, they're at home, and these people still result to going back to the hand skill they knew how to do before. So, what exactly is the reason behind the paper qualification in Nigeria?
I think that problem has been solved now because in every higher institution in Nigeria we have entrepreneurship. Students are made to take lectures in different skills. And I take this back to parents. Let us try. Yes, we all need the paper qualification.
Yeah.
But during vacation, long vacations, children are, in fact, by the time your child is a year, you're able to discover the talent
that he or she
that God has given to that child. Because to me, sorry, I'm a Christian. The Bible said that your gift will make way for you. So I don't want to accept that. I don't want to believe that, oh, you graduate and you're looking for a job. The man that started...
That's the reality of things.
Yes, the man that started bottling of granite and the plantain chips is a chartered accountant. And that's the talent God has given to him. Yes, it's
what a talent, though.
It's good to go to school. The entrepreneurship the government is doing very well
when it comes
to
that.
So if you're out of school and you don't get a job, go back to your
But
skill.
when you talk about entrepreneurship, now there's nothing new. People keep doing the same thing over and over. He's into bead making, she's into bead making. How do you pave that way for you that when they want someone to make a bid, it is you they will call and not him? What makes you relevant?
Is a big world, large world. Nigeria is a large country. There's market for everyone. But what I'm an advocate of quality. If, for instance, you start, no matter how little you start, you must look at the quality of what you're doing. If you're very good, you can never be out of market. I've been big
even in this recession.
Even in this recession, there are people smiling to banks.
Definitely. She's smiling to the bank.
I just left school after 6 years.
She's trying to be modest, but now we understand.
No, in this recession, if you're very good, when people come to me, I say, come, I'm not cheap. If I'm going to decorate your event, I'm not cheap. You're not going to tell me green and I give you, you're not going to say royal blue and I give you lemon green. So we are talking about standard. If you know what you're doing, you go out for a quality manager. Why is it that companies like Marks and Spencer, they've been on for over years, so many years, and they are still on. The problem we have in Nigeria is that we want to cut corners. Yes, they are doing bits. Some don't even acquire that skill.
Yes, definitely.
They want to do it. And you are in the party, I've seen people, your bid will just drop off.
That has happened to me too, to be honest.
I'm sure everybody has the experience of something dropping off their body.
Of course, absolutely.
So let's just go back to education and working. Is there a way a person can actually merge both of them together and still be successful? Doing one particular course or getting a paper degree and all that. Why don't we invest it into what we really want to do in our lives and
sorry, so add to that. I know that a lot of companies are downsizing in terms of their staff, and for those who have white collar jobs, you don't know who is going to sack you today and all that. So for such person, would you just advise them? It's a very funny one. Would you just advise them to just leave right now? So it won't be somewhat of a shocker when then your boss comes and says, okay, you have to leave this office right now. Should they have developed, as you said, they should have developed at a certain age, to whatever. But would you advise such a person now at the office, keep learning? You can also learn a skill, because to be honest, some people are in the office and they're over 30 or 40 at the moment. Can they actually start? But right now, we'll go on a break right now. And when we come back, we'll have you answer that question for us. Guys, it's still the Call Your Number One Urban Breakfast Show. I hope you are having fun with Dr. Mrs. Stella.
It's going to get pretty hot now. Pretty hot. Interesting questions coming your way.
All right, guys, don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Here again to attention people like we always do. So today I'm going to be asking them a trick question. Yes, because I like to trick very well. So don't let them hear. But guys, what would you do if you find out that, especially the ladies, what would you do if you find out that your boyfriend has esophagus? Yeah, esophagus. Let's see what people have to say about these guys. This is straight-ish. We'll be right back. And now that you have girlfriend, and then you've been dating her for a while now, everything is going good. You've even introduced her to your mother, and you're getting married. Then one day you just find out that she has esophagus. What would you do?
Things are about to get heated up right here on the call. Y'all, I know what you know what that's what no you know what you want to do on the call right now. It's about to start out. But
our clients, her students right now, when they watch this, like
they have their eyes on you right now.
This person, yeah, that's what we're gonna do to you right now.
All right, guys. So right now we're moving on to the Magnet Game Show. You know how we do it. We give a word to our guest, and she gives us. We give her 3 seconds to give us a word that attracts hard to that particular word we're going to ask us.
Definitely.
So
and
right now,
don't forget, timekeeper number 1, taking tickets.
And I are now feeling so say this timekeeper.
Are you ready, mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
In 3, 2, 1,
Stuff.
and action. Premarital sex.
1, 2, 3.
Same.
Recession.
2,
Food.
3.
Change.
1, 2, 3.
Breakthrough.
Money.
1, 2, 3.
Bow leg.
1, 2, 3.
PDA.
1. No, what?
No, we have to complete the segment.
No, okay, do you need some time to calm down and just...
No, we do not give time to calm down. The same way you give us questions during exams and we get to sweat, it's the same way we're going to put you on the hot spot now.
Oh
So
my God,
yes,
people are going to deal with me out there.
somehow we start. We'll just continue with that. Camel toe. Painting.
Colors.
Diamonds.
Rings.
Yoruba demon.
Culture.
Tinubu.
Politics.
Atiku.
Politics.
You can't give us the same answer.
Oh.
Ambody.
Lagos.
Jimmy Abgaji.
Lagos.
CBN.
Oh, this is hilarious.
Female cobbler. Amala. Beggary.
Beans.
Pole dancer.
Pole dancer.
All right, guys. We have put our fellow lecturers on the hot seat.
The way you score, in classes. Let me just give you a score.
Yes.
No.
Over 10. What do we give her?
You could do better, you know.
No. If I'm going to be a score, I'll probably give her say 2 over 2. This is 2 over 2.
This has humbled me.
All right, guys. Hope you had fun watching Mrs. Stella Awoh giving us answers. Even though there were no answers on the Magnet Game Show, I'm telling you, we'll go on another break, guys. And when we return, the call continues. Don't go nowhere. Keep your eyes glued to your devices.
Definitely.
Handwork pays more. I believe skill job is better. If you are skilled, you can manage your time by yourself. Now I can choose the office work. Whether being a white collar job or a skill job, or working towards a common goal is office work. You understand? white collar job is good, but I prefer someone, especially women, to be skilled.
I prefer the skill job than working in the office because when you have your own skill job, at any time you can go there. Nobody is going to hold you. You can feel like not going today. But office job is punctually, no matter what, you must be there.
You can see my brown shirt. I'm a makeup artist. So I feel like having a skill job is much more better than sitting in the office or answering sir or ma for anybody.
My preference is skills because a skill of man will actually make way for him, so it's because office work means if you want to work office work, we work it with respect, one, with rest of mind, two, and then we know some people that we don't used to know before. What pays more in life is what we got upstairs. As I have a handwork. I'm a stylist. But I still believe in the people who have done that scholar of that skill work. We call them laborers. Without them, we cannot survive. Most of us went into university to learn some theoretical aspect. But in the area of skill, I give them kudos. They are doing a beautiful work. When you work in the office, your face, your body is okay, and you'll be shy. My reason is this: if you're skilled, even when they chase you off from work, they terminate your appointment, you will pick up something, and everything you do in life, there will be somebody that wants you to do that thing for.
But your own skill job is your own. If you like, don't obey the rule. If you like, obey the rule. It's your own job, so you can do whatever that you like there.
Passion, you enjoy what you do. Once you enjoy what you do, it brings fun for you. So I'm more of a skills-oriented person.
Number 5, my top 5 swallow meal is I just pick semovita.
Why did you pick? But you say you don't like swallows, but you still picked it because you will eat it till they give it to you. Guys, my top 5 for the first term in agreement is semovita.
For swallow meal, I'll just take wheat. I like wheat.
On my top 4 people is wheat too.
Number 1, top 5 swallow meals in Nigeria.
Amala. I knew it was gonna hit. Fairly amala.
Hi guys, you're welcome to Say 5 on DelarueTV. My name is Fola.
And I am D to the A to the K to the E to the
to the L.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, straight out of DelarueTV, this is The Car.
Alright guys, we definitely loved your input on education versus hand skill on the streets. A lot of people had
choose more hand skill.
Yeah, a lot of advice for others who are probably not even already into hand skill. So shout out to you guys. We definitely want to hear your input. Excuse me. We want to hear your input on the call, your number 1 urban breakfast show. So before we went on the break, we asked the question for those who are working, the downsizing of staff in organizations, and then he also added something to it.
How you can merge
how can you
entrepreneurship
together? No, not necessarily merge. I'm talking about those who are in the office right now. Now they are downsizing you. You don't know when they are going to downsize you. Isn't it better you don't even bother yourself going to a company where you know that they can just kick you out someday and just go,
that's of things happen.
Put your life into a skill?
I believe some people just have to take the risk.
Okay.
If you're doing very well, for instance, you're into catering, and at the end...
You're into catering too?
Yeah. And at the end of the month, you make over 300,000.
Yeah.
And in the ministry where you're working, At the end of the month, you're paid 60,000.
Yeah.
You're a banker, you earn 100,000. You don't get to see your children. You live home very well, and you're a makeup artist. At the end of the month, you make about $500,000. It's better to take both steps and leave that bank or the ministry. But if you can cope, why not?
But it could be difficult though.
It's not. I know people
because
that
looking at the bank job, it's very time consuming, and I'm saying trying to infuse that with say something that has to do with makeup. Makeup can be called on at any day.
So,
I'm even saying, really good ones here. But I'm even saying people that still need education and are also skilled. For instance, now let's take a footballer. For example, a footballer here, there is an age limit to where you can be picked to play for a national team or an international team. Now, let's say you are a young man of 17 years old or 20 years old. This is the time coaches or managers get to actually pick these young guys from wherever they are into those academies. Now, if you're in school and you're naturally, football is something that you have to have a talent for.
Yeah.
Now, you have a talent for football, but unfortunately, the economy says you have to go to school. How do you do this now? How do you make time for education and also
football?
Yes.
I think your question has just come up to save a little boy who is talented in playing soccer.
Yes.
But not skilled. That is what we're talking. Not skilled.
Okay.
He needs a manager to train him.
Definitely.
He's right now in Canada. The parents are saying he must have formal education. If by the time he will have his first degree, probably he will be 20 and he will become too old. He will no longer be useful.
Exactly.
So in such a case, I will admonish the parents to allow this guy to follow his heart.
And then maybe get schooled by, in terms of maybe you having to, they have interviews, you having to speak well. Maybe you can get schooled by some lecturers from your home.
Along the line, you can go to school, acquire. The same thing happened to me. It's acceptable.
Yes.
I started baking.
The hurting thing is the fact that we are really one forward. How do I put it? We don't
one-way traffic.
Yeah. That is why now the fact that you're saying this actually makes me happy. I'm sure it actually makes a lot of other people happy because they feel like, oh, you have to go through education first. If you don't go through education, then there's nothing.
Yeah, that's it. That's just the orientation of I think the African society.
And if I may come in and mention a lady's name, Fumi Ojila.
Okay.
Ojila Ladipo. She's the president of Nigeria Association of Fashion Designers.
Okay.
She was in Yaba Tech for just 2 years.
Okay.
If she had continued to have HND, probably PhD, she will not be a household name. She's doing very well.
Yeah.
Yes, and we look at our richest black woman, Mrs. Folorunsha Alakija. It's dressmaking, fashion that gave her that breakthrough.
That edge, yeah.
Her passion.
Yes.
She was not educated. She didn't go to any university. She followed her heart. She wanted to go to school to become a lawyer, but the dad would rather send the boys to school.
Yeah.
So she started by making dresses.
Dresses, yeah.
And it made way for her. And she became the first woman to have oil block. And she's doing very well. We are proud of her.
Yes, we are.
Now, she had to learn to become skilled.
Skilled in what she was doing.
In what she was doing.
There's something called unskilled and skilled.
Yes, she started by sewing, but she had to go to London School of Fashion to be skilled, to acquire more skills.
You just having the skill, you have to groom yourself and develop yourself, basically. Now, and another question that came to my mind is, educated ones are the ones that look more glamorous. I stand to be corrected, though. Now, does that mean that in terms of skill, that education definitely outweighs skill, outweighs hand skill? Yeah, hand skill. In the fact that one who is educated cannot, what's that word again? Once you're educated and then you're glamorous and then the hand skill thing, there's just always a battle. Like an educated person would always look more glamorous, would always look more presentable compared to someone who is skilled. I know that you say they are unskilled ones and then they are skilled ones. But I'm still looking at the vulcanizer on the road and the mechanics on the road. That still comes to mind. But why is it like an educated person there's still more way? To be honest, I would say that education still paves more way for people in Nigeria. than the hand-skilled ones, who definitely do not look presentable in most cases.
It's packaging.
What
I
is
want to take it on.
Packaging.
Packaging, that's the language we use in Nigeria. I want to take you up on the mechanics.
Yes.
Most Nigerian mechanics, excuse my language, you look like madmen. It shouldn't be so. We have educated mechanics now. There's one in Victoria Island.
Yeah.
He read engineering. He's making his money because everyone in his workshop.
Sorry to cut you. Said she read engineering, so she was educated.
Yes, but employed the ones that are not educated.
Okay.
But had workshops for them. So they dress neatly. If you go to female mechanic workshop at Victoria Island, they are neat. So if only our vulcanizers can be picked up.
Difficult.
She's
educated for her to. She would have
that orientation to actually have such an organized.
Because the truth is, even our fellow motorists would stop by at the so-called unskilled vulcanizers to pump their tires.
You see, everything is not education. Let's go to catering.
Okay.
The amala, the women that makes amala.
Yes.
On the roadside or
they
something.
Still cook better.
They cook
than the 5-star hotels. So it's not all about education. I have said it when we started.
Yeah.
If it's innate, if God has given you that talent to be a barber, you will do it better than someone that has PhD in barbing.
Okay.
I'm
glad you said all about education, because I want to come to you know the likes of Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple, Mark Zuckerberg, co-founder of Facebook, Oprah Winfrey,
Bill Gates,
Ellen DeGeneres,
Bill
Gates,
dropped out of school.
Out of school.
Yes.
And these people.
And I mentioned our own for Lauren, so she didn't drop out.
I think they just had common sense.
It's common sense. They had that gift.
Yes.
Like you said, your little nephew that the parents did not allow to utilize the gift that God had that God gave to him.
Okay.
Now we have dancers. Those days, your mom will tell you,
no, calm down. Why are you jumping? Go and sit down.
And then one of my daughters, my first daughter, she used to dance. I said, yeah, no.
You did that.
I know that's a different orientation.
Yes.
Great.
Coming to you. So I mean, if you had right now, you said your children are out of school. The last one is in school.
Yeah.
If you had a daughter or a child or one of your children says, you know what, I want to drop out of school. I think it's gonna maybe he or she wants to read law, but law is gonna take so much of her time. And what she wants to do, maybe let me say for example, she loves fashion, and she went for an audition. She got picked for maybe a Paris or Elite Models or whatever, something really big. Now when she comes to meet you and mom, my passion is modeling, and I'm in school. I want to drop out. I can't do this. What would be your advice to her?
She must go to school, my dear. I have one. Okay. I imposed it on them. No, I talked about entrepreneurship.
Okay.
But you will grow up, and I don't want you to depend on one source of income. I made it compulsory for them to learn catering and cake making.
Okay.
But only one of them
is practicing.
Yes, is practicing it. I have one who is into cosmetology. And I said, no, you must go to school so that you have a voice in this nation.
Don't you think the opportunity?
No, she's practicing now.
Okay, great.
Oh yeah, she's selling her products. She has a line she's selling.
Okay.
You can work hand in hand. If your daughter is in school, let her know that, while you're in school, you must take a break. Okay. During vacation, practice whatever you're doing. And I've spent money sending her to schools to acquire more knowledge. Yes.
Okay, so right now we're in Nigeria. There are many shows, many platforms where people can showcase their skills. Now, I know that a lot of people, I would speak for a number of people, will probably not just decide to go, school and all that. I'm talking about Nigeria's Got Talent and the likes. Yeah. Some people would rather just showcase their skills there because of the money factor attached to it. Now, how many people are so patient to actually learn a skill and then wait for a number of years before they start earning that money they so choose to? The point is, in Nigeria right now, most people would rather go on these platforms to showcase their skills because of the money attached to it. Now, is money the top priority in terms of learning a skill?
When they make the money, We have, I don't want to mention names, we have Nigerian artists. They made the money. It was so easy, but they lacked the knowledge.
On how to?
On how to manage their money. They lacked the knowledge on how to employ what we call the manager, not just manager, quality control manager. They lack the knowledge of saying, oh, we must take stock of whatever we're doing. They just go all out to spend their money because they lack that knowledge. So education is still good. I'm not saying that, oh, they must have us.
Does it have to be universities?
It doesn't have to be universities.
To be homeschooling and the like.
Yes, homeschooling, workshop. Yes, with a class.
With a class. All right, guys. I hope you are already having. I mean, you're all obviously having fun with Dr. Mrs. Stella Awoh right now.
Sorry.
Right now, we're going on another break, and when we return, trust me, another heated kind of segment is coming up on the call, which she doesn't even know about. She's already smiling. Guys, we'll go on the break, and when we return, the call continues. Don't go nowhere.
You start flipping this out, and you flip that out, and you flip the other thing out. What's going on here? And then first he sees the tools, and then he ends up seeing a Bobrisky. Like, what the?
I really don't get why a guy is falling up with another guy. I'm pretty much just like, so if he touches me and then he feels it, he won't be too shocked. Am I mad? When they are strong, tall, dark guys with body frame, and I start admiring BC for crying out loud.
Funny enough, you know, I've actually done that before.
Oh my God, if me get this guy, I'm going to tie him like this to myself.
It's time for my talk. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, straight out of DelarueTV, this is the car.
All right, guys, so we're going straight on to the cookie segment, cookie jar segment, where we put our guest on the spot. We ask her questions about her life, about what she has done as a youth, as a married woman, as a mother. Those kind of questions.
She didn't say this coming, but we got it already ready for. You know, I'm trying to rap though.
All right, so I'm just going to allow you start off with this, and then we'll just.
All right, Mom. This is totally different.
She's very calm, by the way. Like,
yeah. So I'm sure you're ready for this one.
Macho mercy, yeah.
That's just, you know.
Okay.
All right, let's get it started. Have you ever passed a student who failed before?
No.
When did you have your first kiss? At what age?
18.
Okay. 18.
Boring.
Yeah.
Okay. Has a student, a male student, ever made advances to you?
No.
Are you a feminist?
No.
What is the full name of the Vice President of Nigeria?
Professor Yemi Oshibanjo.
Have you ever considered being a pole dancer?
No.
Have you ever?
Yeah, please go on.
Have you ever fallen in love after marriage, after you got married with another man?
No.
Do you still get advances from men?
Why not?
Can you propose to a man?
I like
yeah, like why not? I'm a fine woman. Why not get? Then can you ever propose to a man?
I don't think so.
Have you ever kissed a lady?
No.
If you were an artist, and someone offered you $1 million to sketch a man, the drawing of a naked man right in front of you, would you do it?
Sure, I don't even need money to do that. I'm an artist.
A naked man?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah. Wow. Woo, what a wow.
I have to work with nude models.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how
and there was no sort of...
No. One of your staff went through it. If you do live drawing, they don't have to be nude. They are only on their undies.
No, I'm talking everything is...
You're totally busting a lot of things.
I'm talking not...
I won't be moved. I'm an artist.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Shout out.
All right, can you spell the word scissors?
Scissors.
Yes.
CEA.
Scissors. That we used to.
The one use in your workplace for cutting.
For cutting.
SCISSORS.
Great. So
Alright,
do you
awesome.
transgender, yay or nay?
Nay.
Why
Have
not?
you ever failed a student for personal reasons?
No.
If you had Bobrisky as a family member, would you ever deny him?
I will never deny anybody.
Bobrisky, you know Bobrisky?
Yeah, I
Okay.
will never deny anybody.
Okay.
Spiritual reasons.
Okay.
You never deny anybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's all
Do you
right.
have more? Oh, I definitely have more.
You have more.
Do you believe all ladies must get married?
Yeah.
Would you remain with a man who constantly cheats on you?
No. And
Do
I
you
won't advise anybody to remain with that man.
Do you believe prenups are real or ideal?
They're ideal.
They're ideal.
Yeah.
Prenups? Would you start a prenup?
Yeah, no.
Should sex be enjoyed by the singles or by the married?
By the married.
Naughtiest gift ever received? Your mouth, though.
Yeah.
Naughtiest gift.
What was it?
A cake.
Naughtiest gift.
Yes,
Naughtiest, like,
yeah,
was it naughty
I
gift?
know.
Like the
I know.
the kind
It
of cake. What
yeah,
was
the
there?
kind of
What was
cake.
in it?
What was there?
It was marbled, not my type of cake. It was naughty. I didn't appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay. But naughty doesn't mean that kind of naughty. Though. We're talking very naughty.
kind of
Like maybe someone offered you
Oh,
a gift, like an
no.
underwear and all that.
Maybe someone
Like
offered-
like an underwear or something.
No.
No. Are your students that scared of you, or would you advise your students to attend BB Niger or your children? Big Brother Nigeria.
No, for my children. No, for my students. Because there's poverty in the land. When I said it, my daughter said, no, mommy, don't go there. There's a rich man's son in the BB. I don't watch it.
You okay?
And that's why when I get messages, like BB, what they are doing, I don't give a hoot.
Okay, so the last question. Do you think virginity is overrated?
Oh, yeah. Because the emphasis is on women. Why not men?
She's strong.
Both ways.
How's that gonna even work?
Alright guys, we go on another break. We'll go on another break, and yes, when we return, the court definitely continues. You don't have anywhere to go, do you?
You got
nowhere to go. Guys, we'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, straight out of DelarueTV, this is The Core.
Alright guys, we're still having fun right here on the Core, on the set of the Core, your #1 urban breakfast show with Dr. Mrs. Stella Awoh. This man is very, very, very interesting.
Very interesting.
I could probably just tell her to be my second mommy right now.
You know,
I know, right?
rather than have her as a mommy, I'll probably prefer having her like a gist buddy.
I thought you were going to say something very naughty, but God save your life. Alright, so right now we're going to we're going right now to the now and then segment. Basically what we do here is we look at the before of our topic and in comparison to what is happening now.
Okay.
So now we're talking education versus hand skill. What was more prominent then? Was it hand skill? Was it education? And let's compare it to now.
Which worked more then? Which did our parents, even your mother, your great grandmother, which one did they believe in more? Education or hand skill? Let's take it back.
Okay.
Yes.
So you just tell us.
Yeah. Well, my generation, it was probably the way I was brought up.
Okay.
Was both ways, education and skills. I was encouraged with my hand skills.
Okay.
So when I wanted to go to the university, my parents said, no, you are better off going to a school of technology.
Okay.
Where you improve on your skills.
Okay.
So I'm just 51, so I'm not of that generation where there was.
No, it comes to us. We are not part of.
No,
yeah.
we are the ones who should say we are not part of that generation.
We are all.
So let's talk about days of your mom? The days of your mother?
My mother.
The days of
Good.
I think most times they were farming. They were farming then.
So, yeah.
And then girl education was not properly looked into. It was more of just the guys getting
mom's
educated.
generation, they were looking at the guys.
Okay.
The guys were the ones they sent to school. She went through those days. They called it Standard 6.
Yeah, my mom mentioned that.
To Standard 6, then you're.
That's all.
That's all. You're good to go. And by the way, Standard 6 is better than
what we have now.
What we have now, even master's degree, Standard 6 of my mother's generation.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
is better than some Standard 6.
So at the end of the day, they were still educated then.
Yes, because there was no compromise. Some schools compromise.
But back in the day, I rather believe that women were segregated to domestic education when it comes to.
Yeah, but did all girls have to? Did all girls, or majority of the girls, did they complete the Standard 6?
Not all.
Not all. Okay.
Yeah, most of them dropped out. Most of them got married early in life.
Or just subjected to women that belong in the kitchen, like Baba said.
So I mean, did you have any? Did your mom tell you a story or any experience about how she was more?
She would have loved
the kitchen rather than.
No, she finished Standard 6 and, of course, she had to marry.
Okay.
She didn't go further. I think Standard 6 was in her generation.
It was
the basic one. Yes.
Okay, so do you think the level of education has gotten better in comparison to what was in the past to now?
Yes, it has gotten better, but with a lot of compromise. If you have someone like Wole Soyinka here, we tell you forget it. That you have a first degree does not make you an educated person.
So are you a firm believer of, I'm talking about ladies, you can probably talk about men, but I'm talking about ladies now. Are you a firm believer that a lady, because I've heard someone say that ladies who just have one degree aren't wife material, or there's nothing so wowy about them, that if you don't have at least 2 degrees, you're not qualified to be called.
What has education got to do with marriage?
I've heard
with that.
This is my first
you don't need to apply.
Oh, I have. It was in the newspaper. Someone said it. Couple of months back.
Even talking about getting 2 degrees.
Yes, 2 degrees. You can't go into the house and feel okay because you have a BSc or BA. Yeah, your wife. You can.
Whoever said it.
But that will not put food on their table. What they need in any marriage is love and and money. And not acquiring degrees. By the way, we have, it's the other way around now. It depends on the culture where you're coming from.
Many men.
We have, sorry, but it's good to mention it. We have people from the eastern part of the country where the men are not educated, not so educated. They dropped out of school and they have lawyers as their wives.
Yeah,
and they are happy.
Yeah.
But some have problems. So acquiring education will not give you a happy home.
Definitely.
It's just mutual agreement.
Bagging all the degrees won't give you a happy home.
Yeah, but I mean, I would advise that. I mean, I'm just a firm believer of, don't just rely on just one degree, though.
Sure.
You
don't need just one degree.
Yeah, just keep pursuing for more.
Learning is a process. You can just keep learning.
Because the day you stop learning, y'all know what's going to happen to you. I ain't going to say anything.
Yes.
All right, guys, we'll go on another break.
Yeah.
G's buddy's already on the corset. Guys, we'll go on a break, and when we return, we're going to be asking our guests for a man-woman crush. Yes. So guys, don't go anywhere. You're giving me a look like, what is more want to get from me? Guys, we'll be right back. It's still the Korean #1 urban breakfast show. And we still have Dr. Mrs. Stella Awoh right here with us.
Definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, straight out of DelarueTV. This is the car.
Alright guys, so we're moving right now to the man-woman crush segment, and she's going to tell us, our doctorate degree is not based, by the way, I need to mention that again. Yeah. She's going to tell us who our man-woman crush is for eternity, or maybe for
that one person,
yes.
That, man, I look up to this guy, or this person has given me the motivation to actually
a man and a woman.
A man and a woman.
For a woman, I'll take Mrs. Folorun Shalakija.
Okay. Why?
I've worked closely with her.
Oh, okay.
I'm the project coordinator of her foundation for widows. By the way, I'm a widow. And she's a humble woman. She has fear of God. She's a giver.
And I don't know if you heard, she just became the first black.
I know.
Richest black. Beat opera hands down.
70-something billion?
90.
Yes. Yet she's a woman that will dine with the downtrodden. She goes to the suburb to pick widows and orphans to assist them. And I wish to be like her. She's
what is
so
that foundation
rich.
called again?
Rose of Sharon
Rose of
Foundation.
Sharon, okay.
Yeah, for widows and orphans.
Yeah. Great. And
Yes.
yeah, she's projects. So we're talking about our man crush. Yes.
Like, I like that look.
None.
Man crush. Think about it.
Not even our president.
Think about it again.
No, our president doesn't make the list.
Man crush.
Yeah.
There's nobody.
None. I'm a widow and none.
I'm so sorry to hear that, by the way, ma'am. Hope you're doing great.
14 years now.
And you're becoming strong. You're a strong woman. Yes, we all.
Choice.
All right, guys. So we have one more segment to do with her. We'll go on another break. Yes, the break. You just have to anticipate.
Yes.
That's why we have to go on a break. So, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. It's still the core.
At number 5, my top 5 swallow meal is I just pick Semovita.
How did you pick? But you say you don't like swallows, but you still picked it because you will eat it till they give it to you. Guys, my top 5 for the first time in agreement is Semovita.
For swallow meal, I'll just take wheat. I like wheat.
On my top 4 people is wheat too.
Number 1, top 5 swallow meals in Nigeria.
Amala. I knew it was gonna hit. Fairly amala.
Hi guys, you're welcome to Say 5 on DelarueTV. My name is Fola.
And I am D to the A to the K to the E to the
to the L.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, straight out of DelarueTV, this is the core.
Call us. All right, guys, you're still on to the core, your number 1 urban breakfast show. Right now, we're moving to the versus segment. You know how we put 2 people against each other.
Definitely.
So they're 2 able actors in Nigeria. And I have a crush on one, by the way. RMD and Zach Orji. My mom loves Zach Orji, but I love RMD. Yes. But it's not about me right now. It's about our guest.
I think I'll go for RMD because I've had one-on-one with him. Zach Orji is okay.
It's okay.
Like, it's okay, man. Y'all just doing it.
RMD, I've had one-on-one with him when he was the Commissioner for Arts and Culture in Lagos State.
And he looks great.
In Delta State. And even before that, I've met with him on
and he looks great, right?
He looks
I know, yeah.
So if he was
ever
like,
presenting.
Oh!
Talk to you like, can we go on a date or something?
He won't do that.
Why won't he do that?
Oh no, he will not.
Why won't he do
But what if he does?
What if
he will not? No man will just do that to me. Come on.
All right, ma'am. So we know that you're an event decorator. You've published many books and the likes. What else do we look forward to? You just got a doctorate degree too. In 2017, what other bangers do we expect from you?
In 2017, I'm going to sensitize the nation, the entire world, because my project was on pulverized ginger starch.
Okay, what's that?
Pulverized ginger starch, producing starch from ginger.
Okay.
Ginger, yes, ginger has, and that's amazing because not many people don't even know. Even when I went to Institute of Research, Oshodi, they were stunned when I told them that that was what I wanted to do. They said no. They said no. People have come in here to produce starch from maize and other crops, but not ginger. But amazingly, I got pulverized ginger starch. When I say pulverization, I got into a powdered form. It has anti-inflammation. It has anti-cancer.
Is this your project or the
that's my project, and it was successful.
Okay, so that's
so
what
yes, I want to work more on it. You can use it for your fabrics, particularly ladies that have allergy, people like me, when the weather is very hot. Yeah. Just a pinch of it in your cream and you're good to go.
Oh, wow. I mean, I've been so inspired right now, not just talking about education and hand skill, but the fact that she has a lot doing. And some people are making excuses like, no, I've got to school, I cannot do one hand skill. And then we have somebody doing so many things. Guys, you don't have a choice. Go get a life.
Of God.
You know, it's pretty hard right
because I believe that as a Christian, I can do all things
through Christ who strengthens us. Yes, sir. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. All right, guys. So we definitely appreciate the fact that you humbled our invite, and we definitely will want to see you again and again. And shout out, guys, she's my new gist buddy. Dakel has no space to have. So that who are you choosing, both of us?
Both of you.
I think I'm going to be humble about it. All right, ma'am. So we'd like to say a very big thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
Thank you so
And
much.
I love your head too. Probably just bring it through. Send it through my
Everything
producer.
about she's really great. Everything. Thank you so much for coming around.
My pleasure.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, ma'am. So you just.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, straight out of DelarueTV, this is the car.
All right, guys, we're about to get off your faces and off your devices. I hope you have had fun. I hope you have been inspired.
Yeah,
today was an inspiring show today. Trust me.
You know, the adrenaline I got going on in inspiration.
I know the truth is I'm actually going to be more into ladies right now, because I know ladies always give excuses of, okay, I don't want to be greater.
Into ladies. What's that?
No. Yes, for ladies who are married, for ladies who are not married, there's this perception of, you shouldn't do more than the male factor and the likes. Guys, this is a woman who has been on her own for over 14 years, and she's this strong and so has more projects coming up.
A lot of things. Apart from everything, she looks really good. No. Yes. What I'm trying to say is, amidst all the things she has going on for her, she looks good. I'm just trying to say you can look good and still have a lot of things going on.
Wonderful. We get your points. But guys, that's what we have. I mean, I learned a whole lot. I'm sure you guys learned more too. It's just, the point is, when things like this happen, sometimes you just get like, there are no words to say, because she's just taking everything off you and you just want to inspire. Get home, that, pen some things down.
The degree she has, the things she has going on. She's a fashion designer, she's a caterer, she's a writer, she's an event decorator. She does and then she has the
ginger starch thing going on.
So what is going on?
What choice do people have?
You know what I realize right now? That nobody has an excuse not to do what they actually want to do. You say time, there's no time. Trust me. She has the same 24 hours, and look at everything she has going on.
And guys, do not depend. I'm telling you, do not depend on just one string of income, as she said. Make way for others. Make way for others. Don't be earning 60,000, 70,000. I say, oh well, my life is good. No, your life is not good. Go. No, it's the truth. Go get something to add to that, because that job you have is not a promise. You wouldn't have it for the next 15, 20 years. So please infuse other things into it.
Now this is the time for you to actually do the things you want to do at your tender ages, at the ages we are right now.
But the truth is, you can never be too old. If you're 50, do what you have to do.
This is the time you got to do all those things necessarily. All right? Don't procrastinate. Don't say I'll do it tomorrow.
Procrastinating was once somewhere, but now it's gone.
So we got all that luck for you guys. It's pretty interesting.
Yes, guys.
So much fun talking to her.
The fact that she had something.
Buddy, she
said she's accepting both of us as that.
But I said it first.
It doesn't matter who said it first. It doesn't matter. Ladies come first. By the way, you're such a cat.
We were gonna say something, but
yes.
Ladies don't come first.
Ladies, freak!
Ladies don't come first.
Freak! I didn't even think you were talking about that. It's a Wednesday, Dakel. It's a Wednesday.
As a gentleman.
No, but it's a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday.
What I'm trying to say is, when
what does gentleman have to become?
Huh? No, let me explain. What I'm trying to say, that's the gentleman. When you see a lady and you're trying to get a door, let the lady get the door first. Ladies come first.
Iranu is happening on the concert today.
What I'm saying.
Where does that?
At the end of the day, It was a very good show.
Yes, ladies always have to come first.
No, no.
So guys, the fact that you had a very wowy episode today, you don't even have a choice. Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, expect more. Expect us to bring it harder to you on the Call Your Number One Urban Breakfast Show. Yes, my name is Fay, and this is Dakel. So
my name is Dakel.
yes, guys. So remember, you can follow. You can follow me on all my social media platforms at Balogun on Twitter. No, how is start with Twitter at Balogun11 on Twitter, at Balogun on Instagram, and at Balogun on Twitter, and also on Snapchat too. And yes.
All right. If you want to catch a lot of clips, like all these clips we have at the call going on, just log on to www.delaruelive.com, and you can watch all the contents we have from this episode to other beautiful and really interesting and intriguing episodes. Right?
Yes,
and
definitely.
You can follow me up on Instagram at Dakel_Osh, and I got you guys.
Yes, and definitely you can follow us also on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Delaruelive. Y'all have a fantastic day. We love you. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, straight out of DelarueTV, this is The Core.